Hi.
Hello! Hello!
Hi. I'm Penta.
I'm Jeff.
Kenya. Person. Sky.
Tati.
Strawberry.
Logan.
Hardworking. Extra.
Creative.
Erratic.
Resilient. Creative.
Probably broken.
Fun.
Probably music and art.
Currently, right now, is sewing.
Probably Julie making anything that involves crafting or just drowning everyone out.
I like physical stimuli. Like, I need to change my surroundings or my physical. Like, I need to put something on or get in the bed or walk outside.
My friends.
Probably smoking weed or music.
Anything Willow Smith.
Orchestra music. I like piano music, jazz.
Alice in Chains, Rotten Apple.
21 Pilots.
I love the Marias.
I love listening to Smosh. Like their little group videos because when I don't have my friends around, I love seeing them all be friendly to one another and like having fun together. It makes me feel less alone. I think it means having or like being in a situation where you're always falling down and like you are in a cycle of wanting to be better but also fucking yourself over at the same time.
Devil's Crow, it honestly sounds like the energy that most people don't want you to see. So that's kind of like the first thing that came into my head.
It very much just sounds like kind of like a letter to someone. You know what I mean? But you're delivering that letter. You're setting it on fire. You know what I mean? You tape that shit to a brick. Delivering karma.
When I was writing this song, I thought about how in history when I was in middle school, we would learn about like how pigeons and birds would be messengers and everything in certain cultures around the world. And I thought about if the devil had a messenger, it would probably be a crow or like a raven. But I personally have a connection with crows. I feel like they are messengers and telling us when something's coming. Get ready. Almost like I'm coming for you.
Probably freedom. I was always out and about in the creek catching tadpoles.
Sadness.
Like disappointment.
Confusion.
When I think back to it, I always felt rushed. I felt like I had to get everything done already. I really rushed my childhood because I was trying to get out, because the quicker I got out, the quicker I didn't have to deal with the things that were hurting me every day.
I can't just say like one thing. Many ways, I would say. Depression for sure. Social awkwardness. Disassociating and disconnecting from reality a lot.
I feel like everyone is lying. There's a like ulterior motive going on. I just don't know how to read it. Like, you'll tell me something and the words you say, they may be true, but in the end, I don't believe it.
Also, even talking to people nowadays, I guess even like just starting conversations, I'll be questioning myself in my head what to say.
It has made me quite a hateful person.
For sure, anxiety. I didn't know what anxiety was before that. And abuse didn't necessarily bring it out. It came out later on in life with other situations that I, dealt with.
My day-to-day consists of a lot of talking in my head. I feel like I have more conversations with myself in my head than I do with other people because I'm so busy overcomplicating a lot of things.
I think another thing I also did was I pushed off a lot, so I didn't really take on the situations and the problems. I just put them to the side. That's when I started doing, drugs, popping Xannies and shit to not deal with that and to purposely disassociate.
I remember directly after the things that had happened to me had happened, I really I was really scared to go out. I was really scared to make friends. I was really angry at the world. Sometimes I still am. Like lately, I've been really angry and impatient because I feel there is no justice sometimes to people's pain and my pain, and that can be a lot to handle. So a lot of obvious emotional distress, and then I've lost a lot of weight because of it, and it's really hard to gain weight back. Like, I can do it, but it's been really hard.
I would say I'm a little jumpy.
Growing up, I used to get made fun of for having like a little bulge of like a, like when women are pregnant, they first have that bulge. To this day, I try not to suck my stomach in because it's just so much of what people bullied me for. So that habit of was there, and now I'm just like breathe, and I still struggle to just breathe sometimes.
I have more health problems than I would have if someone actually paid attention and like listened to me. I wish someone would actually listen to me and be like, okay, let's solve this problem. Unfortunately, I didn't get that until it was like too late, and now I'm stuck with like a overworking metabolism that thinks it's always in starvation mode. And it gets hard to do things sometimes and be present because it takes down my blood sugar, and then I dissociate, and then I can't be present, and blah 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 blah.
Not other than like the self-harm like scars, but I don't think that affects me in any way. I used to be self-conscious about them, but I'm not anymore.
I have scars all over my body that I get to cover up with tattoos, thankfully, but I hate looking at them. Like, I had a burn scar on my arm that looked like a nipple for the longest time, and now I have a tattoo there, so it's fine. But that, and like I said, I have a hard time gaining weight because of stress and stuff.
Not really. It's kind of weird though, because what was supposed to be my support was the person manipulating me. I'm not gonna say I'm not taking care of myself. I wasn't being taken care of. And whenever I would try to speak about that, I would basically get pushed down and be like, no, you're lying.
Yeah, it would definitely be like friends, the internet especially.
Yes, I've had really good friends and a wonderful family.
Yeah, I had a few friends, thankfully, that like I was still connected to, even when shit got really bad. And then when shit got really, really, really bad, I thankfully did have a few stragglers.
Yes and no. It just depends. It just depends because sometimes people around us also get tired of seeing us go through abuse. So if like there was instances where I kept going back to my abuser, and like people around me would be like, girl, like, you know what they're gonna do, why do you keep going back, you know what I mean? And I understand that. I understand not wanting to watch your friend go through that because they're putting themselves through it to some degree, you know what I mean? But it is hard to let go of an abuser, especially in a narcissistic relationship. It's really hard to let go of that person because they have such a hold on you. So I get it from both sides, and I have had a lot of support and a lot of people be really patient with me.
I've dated a lot of girls who have gone through abuse, and it has really opened up my awareness to that. And so one thing that keeps me going is just to provide comfort for anyone who needs it, because the reality is that most abusers tend to be males.
Yeah.
And so as a male in this world, I want to try to stop that in whatever way I can. And so the way it being with people who have gone through abuse affects my life is it affects the art I make, the music I make, all the way down to the tone in my voice when I speak to anyone.
Just to be satisfied with myself. My goal for life in general is just to get to a point where I am that better person that I want to be.
I think my biggest goal is just to regain my passion for life.
To make enough money to spend more time with my son, and also figure out a way to help people as well. Like somehow incorporate that into making money. You know what I mean? Because I do deeply want to help people. I also just really miss my son.
I would probably say my mother.
My nephew.
My grandmother. I've seen that lady come from nothing and from our home country come here and build everything up from the ground. And then just to go back and chill and be like, yeah, life's great.
Probably my celestial star partner, my wife, my husband, my partner, my soulmate. And obviously, nature and music and shit and art. But, they're pretty much the embodiment of that, so I kind of won.
I love people watching. I love watching love, like genuine love. That inspires me to because I'm not the best at making my own relationships, and I'm aware of that. But I love being able to watch a healthy dynamic between individuals, and it inspires me to create things that are a little bit more healthy. Because I do create a lot of dark things, even if I'm not intending to. It's just I have a lot to express of that. You know what I mean? I have a lot of that needs to come out, and it's like a little light being able to watch people be kind to one another, or to animals, or to nature, just in general. I don't know. That's what inspires me the most. My son. Period.
My daughter, of course.
Music.
More of self-love. I've always found myself, especially in the era of depression, living for someone else, but I've always wanted to live for me.
I gave up on my dreams really early because I didn't plan on being alive. Yeah. So then whenever I found a reason to live, aka my baby brother, I was like, if I'm gonna be here and have to deal with this life anyways, I might as well figure out how to do it. So now I'm in the process of figuring out how to make my dream life, and it's happening.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. I'm gonna do it. It's possible.
Whenever it's my time to go, I just want them to know that they're loved and that there's always something to hold on to. Any last things you like to say to the people?
Let me think about it.
The people need to hear from you, the messenger.
If someone doesn't love you for who you are, then tell them to fuck off. Bye.